Space is full of mysteries that scientists can't explain. Let's discuss about Big Bang and how did it happen. What is Big Bang? The Big Bang is how astronomers explain the way the universe began, beginning of everything. How it all started, according to the Big Bang theory, the universe was born as a very hot, very dense, single point in space. Most cosmologists believe it occurred some 13.8 billion years ago. Cosmologists are unsure what happened before this moment, but with sophisticated space missions, ground-based telescopes and complicated calculations, scientists have been working to paint a clearer picture of the early universe and its formation. Let's begin this interesting journey of Big Bang. Scientists and astronomers spend all day, every day, focusing over data in search of answers. The earliest indications of the Big Bang occurred as a result of deep space observations conducted in the early 20th century. In 1912, American astronomer Vesto Slipher conducted a series of observations of spiral galaxies and measured their Doppler redshift, and in almost all cases, the spiral galaxies were observed to be moving away from our own. In 1922, Russian cosmologist Alexander Friedmann developed what are known as the Friedmann equations, which were derived from Einstein's equations for general relativity. Friedmann's work showed that the universe was likely in a state of expansion. In 1924, Edwin Hubble's measurement of the great distance to the nearest spiral nebula showed that these systems were indeed other galaxies. In 1927, astronomer named Georges Lemaître said that the universe started as just a single point. He said the universe stretched and expanded to get as big as it is now, and that it could keep on stretching. Just 2 years later, Edwin Hubble noticed that the other galaxies were moving away from us and saw the farthest galaxies were moving faster than the ones close to us, which proves that the universe is still expanding, just like Georges Lemaître thought. These discoveries triggered a debate between physicists throughout the 1920s and 30s, with the majority supporting that the universe was in a steady state. Eventually, the observational evidence began to favor Big Bang over steady state. From the late 1960s to the 90s, astronomers and cosmologists made an even better case for the Big Bang by resolving theoretical problems it raised. Interesting. If things are moving apart, that means that long ago, everything had been close together. Like good neighbors. Now the question is, from where did stars, planets, asteroids came from? They were not there at the beginning. It was nothing like what we see today when the universe began. It was hot, dense, single point in space, or we can say a combination of tiny particles mixed with light and energy. Eventually universe stretched and expanded and took up more space, and finally it cooled down. Universe cooled sufficiently to allow the formation of subatomic particles and later simple atoms. Over the time those atoms grouped together to form stars and galaxies. It looks simple to understand, but trust me, it's very complex in formation. The universe was expanding, the first stars created bigger atoms, and the groups of atoms which led to more stars being born. Expansion was happening and simultaneously, galaxies were crashing and grouping together. New stars were being born and dying, then things like asteroids, comets, planets, and black holes formed. Since the Big Bang, the universe has been continuously expanding, and, thus, there has been more and more distance between clusters of galaxies. According to NASA, today NASA spacecraft such as the Hubble Space Telescope and the Spitzer Space Telescope continue measuring the expansion of the universe. One of the goals has long been to decide whether the universe will expand forever or whether it will someday stop, turn around, and collapse in a big crunch.